So imagine I'm Peter McKinnon.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
Peter McKinnon.
I mean,
So
you're
how
not
would
fun.
McKinnon do it?
Hey guys, what's up? La, 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 la,
Yeah.
la.
He would go like this.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah, that's
What's up, everybody? All right, here we go. I'm already recording. Poslušate WishCAST, nedeljsko epizodo s fotografskim gostom. What's up, everybody? Grega here from WishCAM. Isa also sitting to my right.
Hi.
Hello, where are we today, Isa?
Well, we came to Banja Luka.
Yes, we are at Banja Luka, and how is it that we are here?
Well, we took our car and just drove here, you know.
Masha is also with us from our studio, a famous photographer. And you two guys did
Yeah, we did a fun thing. So we kind of found a really nice tattoo artist, and we decided we gotta go and have a tattoo done. But then we kind of were like, yeah, there are awesome photographers here in Banja Luka. So we kind of contacted Teo Jagodić, and she said, yes, she's gonna come and she's gonna answer some of our questions. So
Yeah, so sitting next to us is Teo Jagodić. Hello, Teo.
Woo! Hey guys, welcome to the city.
thank you.
Thank you. How are you, Teo?
Awesome, it's a beautiful day. You're here. I'm meeting you for the first time, and it's like we already know each other for
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
So
Yes.
the atmosphere is
It's
great here.
already the energy is really, really nice.
Yeah.
So we are all sweating already a little bit.
Yeah.
Not because
pretty hot.
we are shy or something, but it's goddamn hot.
And they
Over
did a
here.
tattoo, so it's wrapped up.
Yeah.
Yeah, our
Isa did
arms
a
are just
tattoo.
sweating. It's awful. But you
Yeah.
know, we'll survive. And
Yeah, and beauty hurts.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. So next time we come here, Teo and I will do a tattoo as well, right?
Yeah.
We got that on tape now. All right. So let's
Okay, you have the evidence. All right.
let's go to the thing we're going to talk about today, and that is
thing.
conceptual fine art
Yeah.
photography. So Teo is a very good and talented, young and already famous conceptual self-portrait photographer. Is
Yeah,
that true?
you can say it.
Yeah. This is how it's written on your Instagram.
Yeah, it is. In English, you can say so, but in Serbian language, we don't have that many phrases for it. I'm just conceptual photographer. We don't have a word for self-portrait artists. So I'm just writing in English on internet. It's easier for me and
Alright.
for English followers, of course.
And it's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And if you go to find Teo Jagodić on Instagram or Facebook or wherever, you can do that now, so you will know what we are talking about.
Yes, check her out. She's
Yeah.
so amazing.
Yeah, and you will see
I'm
that.
shy.
You will see immediately that this description fits perfectly. All right, so let's go. Teo, please introduce yourself a little bit to our listeners.
Well, I'm a female, obviously.
I love that.
Yeah, but I have too much male hormones, so I like to make jokes about it. But I'm just a girl born here, living here. I'm 27 years old. I'm actually a graphic designer.
All right.
I finished the university. I'm a freelancer. But for Instagram and internet people, the photography, conceptual dark art is my main thing.
But you make your living from graphic design or from photography or both?
Graphic design mostly, but
Alright.
I'm working on it to make some money and living from fine art photography, selling prints and everything, because I really don't want to get rid of it. But as someone who is 27 years old, I have to think about
Income.
how to, yeah,
Of course.
income, money, living. Should I move in, move out? So that's some adult things.
You were a graphic designer first or a photographer first?
First photography started in high school.
Oh, already.
by
Nice.
accident, yeah.
Okay.
And
Why
when
by
I,
A camera fell on your head? Or?
no, Photoshop. I fell in love with Photoshop. No camera, because Photoshop is something that you can manipulate and make a photo that you can't see with your eyes, that your brain can see.
Yes.
And that manipulation, I immediately fell in love with it, and that's how it started in Sorry, 2009. 2009. Yeah, in February the 13th, it was a Friday, the 13th.
Man.
Yeah.
Do you remember all the dates like this? I mean, everything that happened in your life?
That date I remember because it means so much to me. This thing that I love the most started on that day, Friday the 13th, February, and
That is so
that's
nice.
like my second birthday, I think.
That is so nice. We will remember this date also. 13th of February.
I'm gonna ask you for a 1 year.
Yeah, go ahead. You know, it's not going to be hard since my birthday is on 13th January.
Oh, it's close.
So it's close. It's
But
like a little cheap.
Isn't Valentine's Day on 14th of February?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so actually, your thing started with a day before the day of love.
Yeah, the day of love. Yeah, and this is love, a huge love.
Okay, so you say you're a visual storyteller and a conceptual self-portrait photographer. Who or what is a conceptual self-portrait photographer?
Well, there are two things. Self-portrait artist is like I'm taking photos of myself, even though it sounds so stupid, but
So
it is.
selfies, but
Yeah, selfies, but like high-resolution selfies made by a camera, not a cell phone or selfie camera. But conceptual is like a type of photography. I'm a visual storyteller, conceptual. I have some concepts and stories in those photos. Like one photo tell a whole story of one segment of my life. So when I see my album of all of the photos, it's like my photo journal diary. I know every single time that I look on some photo, 1 year or 2 years from now, I know what happened to make it.
So you say it's like a diary of
Moments of
your
my life.
moments of your
Yeah,
life.
moments
Yeah.
and feelings and some points of your life. We all are on some points of our life, bad, good. Bad things happen, good things happen. So I'm inspired by those bad things that happen to me.
and put them on
And
into
put them
art.
into art, in photos, one photography, description, whatever. Just I must to take it out of me.
So it's always the inspiration is always comes from your thoughts, feelings, or do you sometimes also?
In 95% it's me, myself, and I. Yeah. I'm not gonna sing it. But 5% is the environment. Something annoys me so much, and that I took inspiration out of it.
And you have to say it through.
Yeah, I
art.
have to express my feelings, anger, or something through photography instead of writing a Facebook status or tweets or anything.
When did you start expressing yourself like this, in this conceptual form?
It
photography?
all started in 2009, but many years I was just looking for myself. I didn't even know what I'm doing. My mom didn't know what I'm doing. That's photography. I was so confused for many years. My environment, my people from my school were running from me when they see me on street. It was so confusing. But last 2 or 3 years, I make them very seriously. I decided it's serious. I'm gonna do it. It's my priority.
Priority.
yeah. And that's why I'm trying to make a living of internet. The world is around me. Expansion of internet is huge, so I'm gonna use it.
Of course. Are you already selling your art?
Yeah, I sold a few prints because I don't have an official print shop, but people are really asking for it. Do you sell? I really like it. This particular, I'm in love with this. I want to hang it on my wall. Blah blah blah. Serbian and Bosnian and Croatian people from ex-Yugoslavia are not that interested in that type of supporting artists. And I thought I would never consider myself to opening a online print shop, but those people from Instagram for all over the world are asking, and that gave me really confidence to, hey, I could do it, I could try it, why not?
Really nice.
That's so nice. That's so nice.
So which countries do you sell most of your prints to? Like, is there a specific country? Like, does it go to the US or Australia, or where does it go?
I sold so far that nobody knows. 6 or 7 pieces because I'm so shy to announce, hey, I'm considering opening my print shop, blah, 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 because at this time, in this point of my life, I'm so busy for graphic design, I don't have time to dedicate myself to that print shop, but I'm really trying to... It's on my wish list and it's going to be so soon. I feel it is going to be so soon. But so far I sold it for Turkey, US, Canada. Canada was a few times.
Yeah.
But
really
it's
nice.
enough. It's enough
enough,
to
yeah.
start think. Okay, this is maybe going to work. Let's just try it.
It is
Even
going
if
to work.
I fall, I
Nothing to lose, really.
nothing
right?
to
So,
lose. Yeah.
super. Now I lost my thought.
Ha.
Ah, shit.
You like
All right.
me for that later.
Oh yeah, I saw on internet that some of your work was used as book covers.
Yeah, that's my favorite part.
How did that came to be?
It happened. I was an employee in one designer's company, and I just trying to work something out. What I'm doing with those works, I'm just gonna make a work, publish it, likes, shares, blah blah blah. Wow! And what now? I want to try to make a living. You know what we said on beginning. I have 27. I don't have time for 100 of hobbies. I need to think about incomes, and I really want the biggest love to be my income in some days. So I was just for 2 months. I was searching, googling. Searching through market where I can put it in some way, in what way I can use it, stock photography, blah blah blah. I was 2 months non-stop searching the internet where I can find myself, my place for that type of photography. It's not commercial, it's not lifestyle. So I came out for a few like online agencies that represented you to customers who really want the powerful photos for book covers. And in first month, I sold the 3 pieces. And for
Wow.
start, that's really wow for someone who came out of nowhere.
It's amazing. It really
Yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah.
And I think it's so cool. I love how you build your Instagram. So with all the highlights where you can actually see the covers you did.
Yeah.
And everything. That's like
Yeah.
so perfect. I love it. Did your art get anywhere else except prints and books? Did you have it like on, I don't know, jumbos or like a special campaign
not yet.
for something?
Not yet. But selling prints, expressing myself, and book covers are really enough for me. So I don't have an energy to have like me and myself and I on 10 different fronts,
Yeah.
10 different. So
Sure.
prints and book covers are really going to work someday when I really have to focus on something.
What would be like the most amazing thing you could think of that you could do with your art? Like where would you see it that you would think like, wow, that's like so huge for me?
Oh, well, of course, living out of it in so many ways. Just that's the point where I want to go. No matter where I'm going to use it, book covers, billboards, campaigns, photo campaigns are awesome. But I've never tried because we don't have a market for it here in Bosnia, Republike Srbske. We don't have market for it. I think I'm going to start with print shop. So I don't know where it's going to be.
Where it's going to go?
Yeah.
We were talking about book covers, and you said you sold 3 in the first month, which is super amazing. Not many photographers are able to do that.
Yeah.
As I went through your photos, your portfolios online, it seemed to me that the local crowd recognized you really quickly because of those photos. You quickly became famous, let's say. You were invited to TV shows and stuff like that. Yes.
Yeah, there are a lot of reasons. We are a small city, and if you're different in any way, that's going to be awesome or awful. Medias are interested in me, and we have great collaboration with all media, newspapers, TV shows, and everything. And I'm just so much different in both ways, so people recognize me on Instagram. I'm not lifestyle. Don't do weddings, birthdays, and that stuff that people got used to watch on Instagram. Even though Banja Luka is tagged in the location.
So there's not many conceptual art photographers in your city or in your country.
I think not. I don't.
Are you
know.
the only one actually?
Well,
So-
maybe there's someone who is just getting started on or searching for itself, but I don't know anyone. Maybe there is some out there, but for Bosnia and Banja Luka, I really don't know anyone.
This is a really good market opportunity for you. If we talk about this a little bit, since you're the only one and your work is already good, you already started with amazing work. Because many photographers, when they start, let's say from zero, the first few years nothing really happens, né? And you had this not luck, you earned it, that you got recognized really soon, and
Yeah, I just
started
got
with really good work.
When I
from start.
started, I just put my focus on it. I was on YouTube tutorials nonstop. I was even though when I have to study for school, I wasn't studying for school. My mom was yelling at me all the time, and my dad like, shh. Let her go. You do what you love.
Yeah,
So
great.
Yeah, so that was awesome. So I just put my focus and all of my time into one thing, and that should happen. That should make something happen, something big.
This is so great that you got this support from the family,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
That's so important. Do you know Brooke Shaden?
Yeah, of course. The biggest inspiration from the start.
I knew that.
Yeah.
I was thinking when I was looking at your photos, she definitely knows Brooke Shaden.
Yeah,
I
of
love her
course.
as well. I would also love to do art like this. I also love Photoshop. I also like doing all sorts of Photoshop manipulation,
yeah.
yes, but more on the fantasy side, let's say Iron Man and blah blah blah. Doesn't matter. So yeah, Brooke Shaden, your idol. Any other idols?
I actually started with Rosie Hardy. She's like conceptual, but it's not that surreal. And when I saw her works on Flickr was a famous site on that time, I was blown away. And I was so inspired that then I discovered Brooke Shaden. But it really annoys me when someone I connected to many girls that do from, for example, Canada, US, that idolizing Brooke Shaden, but they have the same works as Brooke Shaden.
Yes.
That's not the point. Brooke Shaden is my online mentor. She's fantastic. She knows how to transfer her experiences, but I'm not visually looking like her, and that's what's annoying me when it comes to that topic.
But I think that would be a selling factor for you. I think you could actually be the mentor, do some workshops and actually tutorials.
Maybe someday,
That would be,
yeah,
so amazing.
yeah, and that's why not?
Because I saw some of your videos on Instagram where you did that, and I was like, oh my god, I never thought of that, doing it that way. I do it totally differently. So I think maybe, hint, hint.
Yeah, maybe someday
something
I'm
like
gonna
that.
try it.
That's awesome.
I'm still young.
We will see each other on your workshops.
Oh, I'm expecting you.
Since we are talking about, let's say, fine art, conceptual fine art, Brooke Shaden and other artists, what I noticed with your work is, and what I really love about your work is, when I look at artworks from other artists, they put together, yes, conceptual artwork, but many times the message is somehow not clear or isn't there at all. It's technically it's a very nice and visually nice looking piece of art, okay with that, but the story is missing somehow. When I was looking at your images, each and every photo has so much emotion in it and a message. And especially when you always write a description and your feelings behind the photo, how it came to be, and then you really feel it, and the motive really fits to what you are trying to say or convey or whatever. So this is a big plus, I think.
Yeah, I think that the whole package has to be perfect, because I'm honest in those works, and that's why you have technical technical thing, that's all right, and the story and concept and everything is clear when you see the photos. I'm not inspired by photos that are technically wow, but I'm missing something that emotionally should hit me. Yeah, so the whole package should be out there. It doesn't matter equipment, but expansion of the social media, you have to be a full package. And story and concept and colors and photography rules, some of the rules. And image can't be blurry. It's not like artistic blur. It doesn't exist. So everything must be clear for you as a public. In first 5 seconds, you have to make it clear to yourself what is it that you're looking for.
Is there anything you would like to achieve with your photos? Like, do you have a goal, or let's say I would like my photos to move people in a certain way or whatever?
Well, yeah, I'm already moving people and hitting on those things. People are talking. For example, when I talked about mental health, depression, that stuff, there people don't talk about it. A bunch of people, ladies, come to me in my inbox and tell me very horrible personal stories, and I'm not like comfortable. It's like I feel responsible for it. What should I say back? I'm talking about very hard themes and subjects. So I think I'm already moving people. I don't have like huge goals because some days I was talking to myself about, for example, someone who won a Nobel Prize. After that Nobel Prize, they did nothing. That's like, you can't get over a Nobel Prize.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't love to make to that point, because when I achieve something, wow, what am I going to do next? Yeah, so I'm just rolling my thing, and that's it. I don't have a big plans. I don't love to make some strict plans. So that works for me.
Yeah, you just create as you go.
Yeah, just to be honest, I'm creating as I'm feeling, and something is happening by the road.
Super, great.
How does your art affect people, like in general?
Yeah, they are in some points wow. They adore to look at it and to come back when a lot of people say to me, I'm having a bad day, I go to Instagram and just watch. And that really sounds nice, but in some people they are like emotionally hit by it in a negative way. But on the other side, those people, I'm going to get back on mental health and depression, because lately I'm doing those themes and subjects. They say, thank you for it, I'm not alone. I'm just not feeling that I'm alone, because when you live here and have some invisible disease, or you're not healthy in some invisible way, you can't tell your people around you they're gonna leave. I personally experienced that 2 months ago, when I had been diagnosed with epilepsy. That's not like wow, something that is affecting my life badly, but I talk about everything. I talked about epilepsy on Epilepsy Awareness Day in March. I make artwork and say, people, I have epilepsy, hello. And a lot of people that are with me over 10, 15 years ago, they're just disappeared. So I personally experienced that things, and so I really realize and understand when someone who doesn't even know me tell me, thank you for this, I needed it. It's okay to make even one day better for someone. That's all I can do, it's fine.
I love it.
Yes.
I really do.
On the other hand, how does your work affect you?
It's healing.
It's a
healing. It's a healing. Yeah, it's just some filter that I filter so much bad things that happen to all of us. So that's my filter to get rid of out of my system, just to say. So I don't do sports and that stuff, but I do art and tell those stories. So it's not because I'm lazy, but I'm comfortable to do it.
Some people go out and run. Some people write journals. Some people talk to other people.
Write journals, write
whatever.
books, write songs.
Sing, yes. You do photography.
Yeah.
Super, super great. All right. Do you think that you defend yourself sometimes also with art?
Maybe. I haven't thought about it yet, to be honest. Maybe, yeah.
Because when I went again through your posts, I actually read everyone,
Oh.
every post. I read every
Do
post.
people even read those things today?
Of course.
Yeah, actually they do, and then the descriptions matter the most.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, that's fine.
The more you go and read it, the more you want to read more. So you said in one post that you really don't like that the society is pushing us to, let's say, create artwork every day.
Oh, yeah, I
post
know that
like this.
photo. The
Yeah.
box of the bottom.
The
yeah.
box, and also some other posts, and I got this feeling a little bit that it is also you're defending yourself a little bit or stating a point of view. I really like this. Maybe some words on that.
That particular example was that actually was my rant on society. I'm telling, back off of me. I have my system of doing. Don't tell me what to do, because in this city, country mentality, whatever, even though if you are different in any way, colors, thinkings, hair colors, tattoos, whatever, the society is dragging you down, because that should be positive thing to be different out of a bunch of the same things, but society is dragging you down to the bottom of the box that my work says. So there were months and months I've been receiving comments on the streets, on conferences. Stop doing Photoshop too much. Start photographing. Sorry for my language, but girls with boobs and everything, like Playboy bunnies. You will have a lot of money. Do weddings. I was just so mad in one point, and I wake up, I'm going to do it today.
Your stuff, man.
Yeah, that's my stuff. Back off. I'm doing it. I don't want to change anything because I don't feel I should.
Just keep
Yeah.
just keep doing what you're
Yeah,
doing.
just keep rolling.
I wanted to ask you, there's a lot of photos, but still I would really like to see more of your work. Is it out there, just not posted, or is this what you've done so far?
A lot of photos are deleted because I don't like them anymore. They're
All right.
technically, I'm not satisfied with them in this point. So I'm just working the more that I ever worked. So you're going to see a lot of and photos and video, behind the scenes videos are so fun to me, because when I watch, for example, Brooke Shaden, I love how she make videos, what's happening behind the story, behind the photos, how she did it, how she run on the field as a lunatic to make that photo. So yeah, expect something big.
Yeah, I've noticed that your frequency went up.
Yeah,
posting, so,
That's why I quit my job.
Yay! More photos.
We have a
for
few
us.
friends in Slovenia. We are saying to them, quit your jobs,
Yes,
start doing
yes.
photography.
Yeah, if you're not happy with something, just change it or
Yeah.
try to change
Exactly.
it. That's not a philosophy.
Yeah. But you know what? I would also like to know, how long does it take you to make one photo? Because it looks like quite a process.
Well, it depends on a work. I have like some work that I'm doing like for 20 minutes, but it has to stay for a few days because I'm not satisfied with the vibe, with something is missing. And in those 3 days, I'm changing the versions, I'm changing the edits, the colors. So even though it's 20 minutes, it's Photoshop, other stuff are happening out of the Photoshop. So yeah, so it's not the same on every work. But at the beginning, I was living in Photoshop daily for 7 hours for one photo.
Yeah.
So it's not the case today. So yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I didn't go out. I was like some isolated kid. Yeah.
I think we all were at some
yeah,
point.
but this is how you learn, and this is how you
Yeah,
develop yourself.
that's just
so
dedication to something.
later you get 10 times quicker, as you know.
Yeah.
What is your favorite work of art? Yours.
My favorite
Yeah.
work is the next I'm going to do.
All right.
Yeah, because I'm really curious for myself what I'm going to make next. What is going to be next? What story I'm going to be triggered by to make a new one? Because I'm against the hyper production in my case, because I don't have energy for example, to make. It's hard to make even 2 works a week because I have daily jobs, graphic design, commercial photography, and on a daily basis my brain is like on 4 different sides. And when I got home, I really have physically time to do it, but I don't have energy. I'm empty. Nothing is working for me. So, I can't do hyper production even if I want to.
Good answer. My best work is my next work. So you always stay tuned, man.
Yeah.
I think we got ourselves the
the
title.
Tagline. Yeah, we got it.
I really like that
But
one.
you know what I'm also very curious about? What's the equipment you use?
Well, that's great because I don't have really expensive equipment to make those things you are like wow about it. I don't have still a full frame camera. I'm on Canon. I have like for lighting I have a softbox and a flash because I like those shadows. So it's just a softbox, a tripod that is cheap. I have to get a new one and I have to get my camera. A new one is not I'm not satisfied, but I want more. I'm doing this for 10 years and I want more. So I'm always telling people that are reaching to me for, hey, I'm going to be a photographer. What camera should I buy? Blah blah. And I say, I don't know what. First of all, what's your budget? I don't know which are you Canon and Nikon team? Blah blah blah. And they always send me a link of like 5D Mark. That's too expensive for that age. And I always tell them, don't be a slave of equipment you haven't even started. You know, if your family is rich, that's great, but don't think that that monster in your hands is going to make something wow. Something wow comes from you and your head, and camera is just like that idea and energy is processing to the world. Let's just say it philosophically like
it's
that.
It's just like an extension of yourself.
Yeah, exactly. It's just extension.
I love how you think about all that. I really, really do.
So the message is clear. It's not about the equipment. It's about the
person
idea
behind the lens.
Ideas, experiences, time. A lot of time and years behind you, and falling and going up and everything. Roller coaster.
You don't have to have a monster equipment to produce very powerful images.
No.
That's that. Well, let's go to a little bit to the technical side. A little bit. What do you need to be careful about when you take your photos? So the end result is persuasive, let's say?
Well, obviously, photo in the first place has to be sharp. But when you do photo manipulation, you have to think ahead. Yeah. Which part is going to be meshed with this part? Am I going to make, for example, 3 versions of my position of arm, or if some dress is like, or hair is going this way, flying this way. So when I'm shooting in studio or out, I'm in my head in the Photoshop
already
making a plan what to merge with something. So planning is a big deal in the studio, especially out, because when I have in my notebook poses, clothes, stories, colors of my clothes, position of head, arms, legs, the whole body, everything is going to be so quickly. You buy your time with it, just planning yourself out.
So you plan ahead those check boxes.
Everything.
Movement, lighting, shadows, colors.
But really,
story.
some things that unexpectedly
happened,
it's even more great. So, it can't be the bad thing.
And when you're post-processing, what are you really careful about?
To be realistic, when I'm making my body, you have to know a little bit of anatomy, and in the whole conceptual photography, I have to know a little bit about psychology, of course, how it affects me and people, and what people think when they see it. And to be just realistic, details make the story. Details are everything. Even one small details when I go someone other's work, and one detail, if it's not the right, I'm going out. Like, I'm not even remembering, I'm already out. So details make the story. that I think people don't realize it today as some serious thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a interesting story maybe that happened to you while shooting or later while processing, or when people have had their reactions to it? Is there a funny or sad or interesting story?
It's so much going on, so it's funny when I'm going out and shoot, it's usually a field or a forest and the road is near. So people are like ringing to me from the cars, because it really looks like weird. You're in a car and you watch on your one side, and that's some girl in some really weird clothes, because I'm not in regular clothes or just a dress or a nightgown that's ripped off. I'm just a camera, a girl that is running through that field grass, like, what the hell? It's funny. It happens all the time. Every time I'm out, it happens. It's just funny. And the other day it happened to me. Some lady watched my food photography on Instagram, and she was like, "Wow, this is great, I want to work." But by accident, she clicked on my regular profile, because in the bio it says hosted by Teo Jagodić. What the heck? And she was just so frightened that I don't want to work with this girl. So it was funny. Bad things are not happening so much, maybe in the past, so I forgot about them. So that's just, yeah.
So nice.
Super.
Yeah.
And what do you do when people honk at you, like wave back and say, "Oh, it's
wave
good"?
back. Yeah. Have a nice day. Yeah.
Can you please take one picture?
Yeah.
So I don't have to hold.
I don't. It doesn't make me nervous anymore. I overgrown it. I have so many years to be affected by that stuff.
How come you always do like self-portraits? Have you ever thought like of hiring a model to do?
Yeah, that's a bad story. In the beginning, I tried to work with other girls. At that time, I felt like an idiot working with myself at the beginnings. I tried with 2 girls, and I represented the idea. Everything was fine. They knew what are they doing, what the poses, and I just asked, please, no questions. I really know what I'm doing. The process on live is going to be looking stupid and retarded, I know, but just trust me, the final product is going to be fine. As soon as we got on the location, so many questions were asked, and I said, I'm not for it. I can't. I don't like people. I don't like working with people, so yeah, I found my system and my
This is why we have different types of photography. Yesterday I was doing a podcast with a macro photographer. He said exactly the same thing. I don't like working with people. He likes people, but he does not like to work with people in this kind of sense, right?
That's
totally fine. So this is why he's making portraits of insects.
Yeah, that's really cool. Famous. Insects are not talking.
And they're dead
Oh,
as
that's even better.
Yeah.
That's why I like food photography. Food is not moving, it's not talking, it's not any questioning.
But you still have to be somehow fast while shooting, right?
Yeah.
Because it dries out and it's
food should be delicious on photo. Yeah, that's what selling food.
So next time we come to Banja Luka, we do the tattoos and we talk about your food photography.
Tattoos, but food photography, it's not that interesting like this one.
Yeah, well, it is.
It is. Maybe it is. Yeah.
I think it is.
Or we're going to maybe do a concert photography, because I'm a concert photographer and the concert photography is like a male job. So that is going to be maybe interested. Photography, no.
So wait, you do concept and you do food and you do concert.
Yeah, but concert photography is a huge love, but it's only a seasonal love. Because maybe Serbia is in a better place. Bosnia and Republike Srbske is like we have 3-4 festivals and that's it. So it's like a short-term love, but it's a huge love.
Are you also a musician?
No, I can sing, but no.
Did you ever music?
No, I sang at the group I danced folklore 15 years.
Nice.
Yeah, and we had like a singing group, so that's it. And I'm working with bands on photography, so maybe that's close.
Because I wasn't sure. I was looking at your concert photos and I saw a singer and I thought, is that her or is this another singer?
No, thank you.
She was quite similar looking. So yeah. This is why I'm asking.
No, I'm not.
So folklore, super nice. I'm also a dancer, but who cares? So I think we're done.
No.
Do you?
No.
It's so nice.
Oh, she's so nice. Can we ask her more
I think
questions?
people are
Come
going
on.
to be bored. It's like an hour.
You don't know. So I would also like to ask you a few questions more. Maybe later on, some will
Like
emerge.
part 2.
Yeah, part 2. But I would like to ask you one question still. Maybe the last one. We don't know yet. If you wouldn't need to worry about money at all, let's say you have all the money on the world, what would you do? Not with the money, what would you do?
Yeah, the exactly same thing that I'm doing today with those conceptual self-portrait artworks. It doesn't change anything because I'm not doing it for money. I can't do it for money. I know where I live. But I think that I'm not running by money. It's just pure love and honesty, and something is going to come up. So if I had all of the money of the world, I will do the same thing that I'm doing today.
Oh, I so envy you. But so nice. Really, really nice.
Yeah, it sounds nice.
Yeah.
And as I said it, I really think you could actually make living only out of that.
Yeah, but
For
that's
sure.
my goal. That's my goal. So we're going to see.
From WishCAM, keep doing what you're doing because it's great. It's super. It's so fresh also. So kudos from our side.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right. I think we came.
Yeah, we came.
Yeah, I think we came. We came. Oh my God, I'm going to erase that. All right. So.
And now you sound like a ship.
Yeah, no, I sound like a ship. So we came to the end. Thank you very much, Teo.
Thank you, guys. It was so fun to talk to you.
Yeah,
I
thank
could
you.
talk this like for another 3 days.
Me too.
Yeah.
Thank you also, dear listeners. Thank you for listening to us, to Teo, to us two bozos. We hope that you learned something, that you heard something interesting for yourself. Maybe because of Teo, you also go into conceptual art photography.
Yeah, don't be afraid of it.
Don't be afraid of it.
Don't forget to like her on Instagram.
Of course.
Like us on Instagram.
Of course.
Put some thumbs ups.
Yes. If you are a photographer, you know what to do. Please help us out. We're trying to make the really nice photographer search engine. It's called WishCAM.com. Go there, make a portfolio or two. Teo, I reckon we'll also do it.
Yeah,
I think
sure.
Also, yeah. So as you're listening to this podcast, she probably already has done her portfolio.
Yep.
Thank you already in advance. So that's that. Have fun, and we hear each other again in the next podcast.
Yes.
Bye.
Poslušali ste WishCAST, podcast spletnega iskalnika fotografov wishcam.com.